Okay, so we've modeled up all our data now, and now we want to move into creating our analysis. We want to ultimately create some visualizations and a report that showcases insights that are going to be valuable, right? And so this is where we really need to start diving into the DAX formula language, or DAX calculations. DAX stands for Data Analysis Expressions. It's an acronym for that. It's basically it's for the formula language within Power BI, right? It is the true analytical power that sits within Power BI. If you don't use DAX, you're really missing out on about, I would say, 95% of the potential of using Power BI as an amazing analytical tool. It's kind of just like Excel, right? If you don't use or really understand Excel formulas, a spreadsheet is pretty limited with what you can do. And the same is exactly here it's exactly the same here with Power BI. Okay, so what we need to do is we really need to just get familiar with formulas, how to create them, okay, and how to create say measures, right? Measures, or in some cases you might want to create a calculated column. Okay, what you want to do though in this front area here is become familiar with these things called measures, okay, where you write DAX in them. Okay, now to just do a bit of a contrast for you, what you can do, and what I'm sure a lot of you probably first did when you used Power BI, was that you maybe jumped into a table and you said, okay, well, I've got my quantity column here. I'm going to drag that into my report, and all of a sudden I can already get results, right? I can get results that are calculated. And then if you wanted to get a little bit more fancy, you could grab, say, your customers, and then all of a sudden you have a visualization here which showcases the quantity you've sold to particular customers, or the quantity of product that you've sold. Okay, now what I want to tell you here with DAX is you need to get familiar with DAX. You're not using DAX here, you're using the inbuilt calculation engine within Power BI. But what you want to do is you want to do everything within formula. Okay, you want to do every calculation and every single visual within a DAX measure. Now, the reason why this is, and why it's so important to do this, is because simple DAX measures like this exact calculation here, say we were to put it in a measure, are the beginnings of anything advanced inside of Power BI. Okay, and if you skip those initial calculations, those really simple calculations, then it's so much harder to take that next level, to go to that next step, to go to that next level in your analysis within Power BI. Okay. And so I always say, just start simple. Just start with the easiest calculations you could ever think of, and then your move up to, say, time intelligence or formula patterns is so much easier, because you've got this, you've already got a good understanding of measures, and you know how to use them within the next one. And we'll go over this concept briefly a bit later. Measure branching, how you can use your core initial calculations you do to branch into more advanced ones. Okay, so let's create one. Let's create a measure here. Okay, I guess before we very quickly do that, I'll just differentiate as well between a measure and a calculated column. A measure that we are going to create using this new measure icon in the home ribbon, right, is like a virtual calculation. Okay, so think of it as it sort of sits above your model, and it only goes and runs a calculation when it is actually used within a visualization or table. Okay, whilst a calculated column, right, a calculated column is something that sits physically within your data table, because you're running some calculation within the table itself. Okay, and so you'd create a new column, and it would create some additional data points which may or may not add value to the analysis that you're doing. One thing I'll highlight really early on here that doesn't get stated enough, in my opinion, is that you want to create measures whenever you can. You want to write your DAX formulas within measures whenever you can, because it's far more optimal to use this virtual calculation than having physical data points within your tables. Okay, so let's just run through a really simple example, and we might be able to highlight this point a little bit more with some others in a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically recreate this exact calculation, but I'm going to do it within a measure. Okay, so I'm going to go new measure, right, and then it opens up this formula bar, and I can write write whatever name I like, right? And I'm gonna call this quantity. I'm gonna call this quantity sold. Okay, and then I'm gonna go sum, which is very, very simple and relates very well to Excel. I'm gonna sum up the column name. Okay, and that column name was called quantity. Okay, and then I'm gonna push enter. Now, if you look on this right-hand side, that measure is now in the sales table. Okay, the measures land. They actually land in whatever you are selected before you go and create the measure. Okay, and then so what I'm going to show you is that I can calculate exactly the same thing here. I'm just going to copy and paste that visualization. I'm going to delete this quantity column, and then I'm going to bring in this measure. So you'll see here that the calculations are exactly the same, but one is being done within a measure and one isn't. Okay, and then it comes down to what I said earlier. By doing it this way, we can very quickly and easily move into more advanced things, and you just have to become familiar with measures. There's just no way around it. Okay, and that is not hard to do, right? That is very simple and easy to do. And look, I just highly recommend you do it as soon as possible, because you can very quickly in your models create 50 measures running all types of analysis, things that you probably never even dreamed of that you could calculate, and quite easily too. Okay, and it all just starts really, really simple. And also, you want to make the names of your measures really, really intuitive as well. Okay, and that's a big thing from me that I get a little bit frustrated of, especially when I see models within the Enterprise DNA forum. It's just so hard for anyone to understand what's going on unless you have a really good name. It's just like you have to have in the query editor. Okay, so let's just round off this one, and we'll move into the next video where I'm just going to show you how we can really quickly organize our measures as well before we then start creating more. So we're going to create some measure groups.